Hildebrand, the future Pope Gregory VII, was born around 1020 in Soana, a small town in Tuscany, Italy. His family was humble, but they recognized his intelligence and piety. They sent him to Rome to be educated at the monastery of Santa Maria sull'Aventino. This monastery was known for its strict adherence to the Benedictine rule, and it was here that Hildebrand developed his strong sense of religious discipline and his passion for reform. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a trusted advisor to several popes. In 1046, Hildebrand accompanied Pope Gregory VI into exile in Germany. This experience had a profound impact on him. He witnessed firsthand the corruption and chaos that plagued the Church at that time. The papacy was weak, controlled by powerful Roman families who used it for their own gain. Simony, the buying and selling of church offices, was rampant. Hildebrand resolved to dedicate his life to restoring the Church to its former glory. Upon his return to Rome, Hildebrand became a key figure in the papal court. He served as an advisor to Pope Leo IX and played a crucial role in implementing the reforms that would come to define his papacy. Hildebrand believed that the Church should be free from secular interference. He argued that the Pope, as the successor of Peter, held supreme authority in both spiritual and temporal matters. Hildebrand was a man of great energy and determination. He was also a gifted theologian and administrator. These qualities made him an effective leader and a powerful advocate for reform. He traveled throughout Europe, preaching against corruption and calling for a return to the ideals of the early Church. His message resonated with many, and he soon gained a reputation as a reformer. When Pope Alexander II died in 1073, Hildebrand was elected Pope by acclamation. He took the name Gregory VII in honor of his mentor, Gregory VI. From the outset of his papacy, Gregory VII set about implementing his ambitious program of reform. He issued a series of decrees aimed at stamping out simony and clerical marriage. These decrees were met with resistance from some quarters, but Gregory was undeterred. Gregory VII understood that true reform required a strong and independent papacy. He believed that the Church should be free from secular interference, and he was willing to challenge the authority of kings and emperors to achieve this goal. This brought him into conflict with Emperor Henry IV of the Holy Roman Empire. Henry, like many rulers of his time, believed that he had the right to appoint bishops and abbots within his realm. Gregory VII condemned this practice as lay investiture, arguing that it violated the spiritual authority of the Church. He insisted that only the Pope had the right to appoint bishops and other church officials. This disagreement led to a bitter struggle between the Pope and the Emperor, known as the Investiture Controversy. The Investiture Controversy was a watershed moment in the history of the Church. It was a clash between two different visions of the relationship between Church and State. Gregory VII emerged from this struggle as a powerful symbol of papal authority. He had challenged the most powerful ruler in Europe and had defended the independence of the Church. The investiture controversy came to a head in 1077. Henry IV, excommunicated by Gregory and facing a rebellion by his nobles, was forced to seek absolution from the Pope. He travelled to Canossa, in northern Italy, where Gregory was staying. Henry stood barefoot in the snow for 3 days, begging for forgiveness. This dramatic event, known as the Walk to Canossa, has become legendary. It demonstrated the extent of Gregory's authority and the lengths to which rulers would go to seek reconciliation with the Church. Despite this victory, Gregory VII faced continued opposition from Henry IV. The investiture controversy dragged on for many years. It wasn't fully resolved until the Concordat of Worms in 1122, long after Gregory's death. The investiture controversy had a profound impact on the development of the Western world. It helped to establish the principle of the separation of church and state. It also strengthened the papacy, making it a major player in European politics for centuries to come. Despite the turmoil of his papacy, Gregory VII never lost sight of his goal of reforming the Church. He continued to issue decrees against simony and clerical marriage, and he worked to improve the education and discipline of the clergy. He also promoted the use of the Gregorian chant, which is still used in Catholic liturgies today. Gregory VII's reforms had a lasting impact on the Church. They helped to restore its moral authority and to strengthen its institutional structure. He is remembered as one of the great reforming popes, a man who was willing to fight for what he believed in, even when it meant challenging the most powerful rulers of his day. Gregory VII died in exile in Salerno in 1085. His last words were, "I have loved justice and hated iniquity, therefore I die in exile." He was buried in Salerno, and his tomb became a place of pilgrimage. In 1584, Pope Gregory XIII canonized him a saint. Saint Gregory VII is the patron saint of civil servants, educators, and those who fight for justice. His feast day is celebrated on May 25th. He is remembered for his courage, his integrity, and his unwavering commitment to reform. Gregory VII's life and legacy continue to inspire us today. He reminds us that we all have a role to play in making the world a better place. He challenges us to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. He shows us that it is possible to make a difference, even in the face of great opposition. Saint Gregory VII, pray for us.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.